she has brought millions. I wouldn't be surprised if it's billions of eyes onto the W and onto women's sports. Mm-hmm. She is a Kobe Bryant. And that's how Diana was. That's how Sue was. Like, we've had these types of people, but this is just bigger because the media platform is bigger than it ever has been. I don't have an ego, so I'm able to just tell the truth. Like, if it was someone else, I'd be like, yeah, like Angel Reese, she's also brought millions of fans. You know what I mean? I think Caitlyn has brought way more, but I also think she has too. Like, I'm just not naive, and I might be blonde, but I'm not fucking dumb. People who say I'm a clout chaser, no, I'm just being honest about why the league is where it is at. Give the girls the flowers, like, give it to them. They deserve it.
The truth is finally surfacing, and it's coming from someone who has never been afraid to speak her mind. Sophie Cunningham is done watching the WNBA disrespect the very player who put the league back on the map, and she isn't pulling any punches. What makes her defense of Caitlin Clark so powerful isn't just the words themselves, it's the fact that they're coming from her, and that she's been saying them long before it was the popular thing to do.
Cunningham, if it wasn't for Sophie Cunningham's podcast, I never would have had this eureka moment. Sophie Cunningham came to the Indiana Fever in the offseason. She's been taking full advantage of every opportunity she's got. An opportunity on the court, balling. An opportunity to protect Caitlin Clark, did that. Off the court, endorsement deals. Off the court, advertisers are falling in love with her. We got Colin Cowherd saying, hey, Sophie, you want your own podcast? Sophie Cunningham says, sure, I'll take my own podcast. And what has Sophie Cunningham been doing on this podcast? Letting us in on some secrets? Yeah, love that. Pulling back the curtain on some time? Yeah, love that too.
This isn't some latecomer hopping on the Caitlin Clark bandwagon for attention. This is Sophie Cunningham, the same player who praised Clark while her own Phoenix Mercury teammates were busy turning against her in the locker room. She was one of the first to recognize the Caitlin Clark effect before anyone else in the WNBA had the courage, or the awareness, to admit what was happening right in front of them.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And, I think a lot of people always have a lot to say, with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. While other WNBA players were ranking Caitlin Clark as just the 9th best point guard in the league, Sophie Cunningham was already calling her a gem and saying she wanted to play alongside her. And this wasn't after Clark proved herself with record ratings or sellout crowds. This was back when she was still being targeted by veterans who couldn't handle the attention she was bringing to their struggling league in only her 2nd season.
Ultimately, when you see all this vitriol of people who cannot stand her, it's like, okay, well, what has she done wrong?
Yeah.
She's a great basketball player, so you might not think it's fair that she's the face of the league, and that's understandable, because there have been fantastic players in the WNBA for a long time. But Caitlin didn't disparage them. She just came in and kind of changed the game with her style. So I think it's one of those things where you have to say, okay, maybe I don't think it's fair based on the previous women who have been in this league, but it's not Caitlin's fault. All she's done is elevate the game for all of us. And I think instead of being pissed off about that, you should be appreciative of that and say, maybe it's not fair, but it's not your fault.
And I get other players, like they've worked hard and they've worked to build this league up over their time. And all of a sudden this young player comes in and now all the attention is on her.
And the numbers back up exactly what Sophie saw before anyone else. When WNBA players voted for the All-Star Game, they ranked Clark just 9th among guards, even though she led all players with more than 1.2 million fan votes. That vote exposed everything wrong with the league's mindset. Dick Vitale called it out as pure jealousy, and he was right. But Sophie Cunningham had been speaking on that jealousy long before it was obvious to the rest of the world.
But time and time again, Sophie Cunningham has repeatedly been calling out the officiating. And what's one thing the WNBA holds over these players' heads? Ooh, I'm going to fine you. Ooh, if you call out the officiating, I'm going to fine you. And the players say, no, I can't afford that. So they keep it all hush-hush. But Sophie Cunningham, she's sitting on a pile of money. So when Kathy Engelbert hears her say something about the referees, Kathy says, here's a fine. And Sophie says, okay. Here's payment.
Here's what sets Sophie apart from most of the league. She understands the business side of the game. She gets that when Caitlin Clark's games pull in 2.7 million viewers, making it the most watched WNBA matchup in 25 years, you don't try to tear that down. You protect it. You build around it. Because at this point, it's bigger than basketball. It's about the survival and growth of women's professional sports.
So the Fever saw it coming. They went and got Sophie Cunningham, 6-year-old black belt. This is what the Bulls did with Charles Oakley to protect Michael Jordan. And I said this last year several times. The WNBA is not a vertical league. Their players can't jump over each other to score like the NBA. It's a horizontal chippy league. And you didn't watch the NBA for the last 10 to 12 years. It has always been physical and always been chippy. You get into a lot of collisions because there's no Ja Morant here. There's no Ant Edwards. They don't jump over. It's a horizontal physical league. And Caitlin Clark now is like kerosene to the physicality flame. So you have physicality in this league, and now you get this flashy player, and they don't know how to officiate her, they don't know how to defend her.
When Sophie Cunningham joined the Indiana Fever in 2025, she made her stance clear right away. She has changed our game in the best possible way and every way. I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here, Cunningham told reporters. That wasn't PR talk, it was genuine respect from someone who had seen what a generational talent can do for a league. The most eye-opening moment came when Sophie revealed what had really been happening behind closed doors during Clark's rookie season. Even when I wasn't on her team, I know the talks Phoenix had in their locker room, like, we're going to show her what the W really is, she admitted on her podcast. This wasn't just competitiveness. It was coordinated targeting of a player whose only crime was being too good, too fast, and bringing more success to the league than it was ready to handle.
She has changed our game in the best possible way in every way. And so just to be alongside of her and maybe relieve the pressure, being able to shoot and spread the court for her to go do her thing. She's still young, and I think that I've been Diana took me under her wing, and I've learned a lot from her. And now I hope to kind of do the same for Caitlin if she wants it. I just think the relationship piece is huge. And when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody. And so I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here. But again, I think that just the competitor that I am, I'm fierce, I'm sassy. I stick up for my teammates, stick up for myself.